A 90s sitcom writer and comedian will save your business, and here's exactly why. An old acquaintance of mine sold his company for $600 million. 4 years, start to sale. I found out reading the news on my phone, standing in my kitchen, and it burned a hole in my stomach. Not because I wasn't happy for him. I was. The guy earned it for sure. It burned because I had no idea what he did that I wasn't doing. It's the same race, same years on the clock, and somehow I was standing still. So I did what you do. I went and watched his interviews. I read everything. I was looking for the secret. And the pattern? Stupid simple. He worked one constraint at a time. One. He found the single thing holding the whole company back, and he hit it with every bomb he had. Then the next one, then the next. Me, I was a firefighter. I walked in every morning and did the work that keeps the company alive at the size it already is. And none of the work that takes it to the next size. Here's the part that's gonna stink, because half of you did this morning. You crushed it. You cleared 200 emails and put 4 fires out. And your company is sitting in the exact same spot it was on Monday because you didn't run a business yesterday. You ran a help desk with a founder title and a LinkedIn bio that says visionary. The reality, busy and growing are 2 separate companies. I was running the busy one. Look, everybody loves the word focus. But focus is what people say when they don't want to admit they're doing 14 things badly and calling it multitasking.
This food was in the shower with you?
Mm-hmm. I prepared it as I bathed.
What my acquaintance had wasn't focus. It was a concentration of force. One wall, every bomb, until it breaks. Think about what that actually means on a Tuesday. He's not asking, what should I do today? He already knows. He picked the one constraint on Sunday, and Tuesday is just him walking up to that wall and swinging. Me, I was spread across every fire in the building, holding a garden hose, soaking wet, feeling productive. That's like a fireman who runs into a burning house, sees the flames in the kitchen, and decides the real win is reorganizing the garage. Sure, the garage looks great, the house is gone, but hey, labeled the bins. The math, spread thin across 10 fires, you move nothing an inch, nothing. Concentrate the force on one wall, it breaks, and half the other fires would just smoke off of that one wall anyway. Your move isn't focus more. It's find the one constraint that if you broke it this month, it makes half your fires disappear. Then refuse everything else, out loud, to people's faces. Let me show you the 2 Tuesdays side by side because this is the whole thing. His Tuesday, quiet. Nobody interrupting. He comes in, he already knows the 1 or 2 things he said on Sunday, and he spends the day getting one of them off his table. High output, clean room, door effectively closed. By 5, it's done. My Tuesday? Whew, no plan. I walk in, check my email, then I check every business that needs something from me, then I sit there trying to remember what I'm even supposed to do next.
Well, what do you do down there all day?
TCB. No, taking care of business.
Here's the part that still makes me flinch. Every so often, a real growth idea would show up in my head. The actual high leverage move. And you know what I did with it? I wrote it into my iPad with an Apple Pencil, into a pile of 1,000 other notes where it would drown and never get seen again. I told myself I was capturing it. It wasn't capturing. I was relieving myself. I wrote the idea down so it would stop bugging me. The productivity version of shoving a bill in a drawer so you don't have to feel it. Then I'd spend the rest of the day being whatever the company needed, whoever needed me, however they needed me, I was there. Here's where I have to own the stupid part. The growth moves were never a mystery to me. I knew them. I wrote them down 1,000 times. The knowledge was never the gap. I just could not stop being available long enough to swing the bomb. I was hiding in the fires because being needed felt like being important.
I was trying to lead the way. We needed a leader, someone to lead the way to safety.
So I didn't have a focus problem. I had a delegation problem wearing a focus costume. And that's why my companies grew the way they grew, in spurts. 2 good months where I'd pull out and do the real work, and then 4 to 5 months back in the firehouse maintaining everything. And the only thing that ever broke the pattern was the 2 months I stopped trusting myself to choose and built something that chose for me. So I asked myself what most guys my age have asked themselves at one point or another. What would Jerry Seinfeld do? No, seriously, do you know how he wrote the show? A room, a table, 1 small light, a yellow legal pad and a pen. And he'd lock himself in there and not come out until the writing was done. No TV, no paintings on the wall, nothing to look at, nothing else to do but the one hard thing. People call that discipline. It wasn't discipline. It was a system that deleted every option except the work. He didn't white-knuckle his way to focus every morning. He built a room where focus was the only thing left to do. He delegated the decision to the room. Here's mine. April and May last year, 2025, I put my head down for 2 months on the only question that actually grows the company. I read a book, Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time. If you came up the way I did, pure organic entrepreneur, zero business education, that book is a punch in the face about how much your day is being thrown at work you should never touch. And the answer that came out of those 2 months was, it starts with the team buying back my time. Move every piece of work that isn't leverage or compounding off my plate to the person best fit to do it, so I'm left holding only the hard stuff. That turned into a really uncomfortable email. On June 1st that year, I told the whole team we were becoming a day one company. And I handed them a manifesto. Rules, not vibes. Response times, directly responsible person on every task, success tests, a weekly contract. Performance is math, not effort, not tenure, not personality. Sit with what that actually was. I used one locked room, 2 months at the table, to build a machine that keeps me in the locked room. The entire manifesto exists to pull the fires off my plate so I never again have to choose between maintenance and growth. The binge built the thing that ends the binges. Clean ending, right? Founder reads a book, writes the rules, fixes himself, sells for $600 million. Roll the credits. The reality, it didn't stick. Not in months, in weeks. I wrote the rules in 2 months. It took me a full year to learn how to live by them. Because writing a manifesto is the easy part. Enforcing it? When the person breaking the rule is someone you like, someone who's been with you, someone you don't want to have the hard conversation with, that's the part nobody films. I still have a mountain to learn about the team. I'm learning it right now. Building the system that takes the choice off the table, that's the easy part. Staying in the room is hard. And making your team stay in it with you is the actual job. Because culture isn't what you wrote on June 1st. Culture is what you tolerate every single day after. This is the first day I can look you in the eye and say, I tolerate nothing that isn't part of the company's values. That's a full year of tuition between writing the rules and living them. Seinfeld locked himself in that room for years. I needed a year just to stop unlocking the door. Here's your move. 48 hours, open your calendar to last week. Find every block where you were being needed, the interruptions, the help desk hours, the fires you ran into because running in feels good. That number is the size of your cage. Then put one block on next Tuesday. 2 hours, doors closed, on the single constraint you've been writing into a note and never touching. That's your yellow pad. Go sit in the room, close the tabs, close the door, stay in the room.